the NFL has now decided that they are going to have helmet decals on their helmets that are featuring the initials or names of people who are victims of police malfeasance. All right, here is the issue that I have with this. If you are going to allow helmet decals, you have to go back and apologize to Jason Witten because you wouldn't allow him to wear a helmet decal with the Dallas Cowboys in honor of all of the police officers who were assassinated by a member of Black Lives Matter a few years ago. The story then was the NFL said we don't allow political statements to be made via helmet decals. So how in the world is the NFL going to allow a small number of helmet decals for people who are victims of police violence, but they're not going to allow helmet decals to allow police officers who have lost their lives trying to protect all of us to be on helmets as well? All right? The NFL needs to be very careful here. They better not discriminate on content like the NBA is doing. If you're going to allow statements to be made about politics on the helmets, then you need players and teams to be able to make a variety of different statements, okay? That needs to be consistent. If you're going to allow Black Lives Matter to put on people like Michael Brown, when we know hands up, don't shoot was a lie, right? The entire hands up, don't shoot movement was a lie. Michael Brown was not killed unjustly by a police officer, okay? And so if you actually allow that, then you better allow players who want to honor law enforcement to do it as well. I'll also point this out. The NFL would not allow Tim Tebow to put Bible verses in his eye black. Do you remember that becoming a story? The NFL wouldn't allow Tim Tebow to write a Bible verse in his eye black and actually play in the NFL. If you won't allow a player to write a Bible verse in his eye black, how in the world are you going to allow a player to make a statement politically on his helmet? The NFL better allow players who want to put Bible verses on their helmets to do so as well. You can't set in place a policy that doesn't allow Bible verses or the endorsement of police officers for all that they do for us across the country and simultaneously allow an endorsement of Black Lives Matter political sloganeering, okay? So I think that if you are going to allow this, you need to open it up to a variety of different perspectives, okay? People should be able to honor whatever they would like to honor if you are going to allow helmet stickers. That is my position. It needs to be consistent and it needs to not be content discriminatory. Everybody needs to be considered equal. And by the way, if you're going to allow BLM stickers, what about if somebody is pro-choice? What about if somebody is pro-life? What about if somebody is anti the death penalty? What about if somebody is pro-Trump or pro-Biden? Where do you draw the line on which political statements are permitted to be made on uniforms during NFL games? If you are going to allow them, don't lead me down the path that the NBA has adopted, where they give you propaganda and require you to only have political opinions that they approve. The NFL needs to be fair and even-handed. Somebody wants a Bible verse, they can get it. If somebody wants to analyze or advocate for BLM, they can do it. If somebody wants to advocate for abortion, pro or con, they should be able to advocate for that too. I think this is a bad move by the NFL, but I want it to be applied consistently. And in particular, the NFL is breaking precedent here because they wouldn't allow Jason Witten and the Dallas Cowboys to advocate for officers who were shot while doing their job, executed by a member of Black Lives Matter in Dallas. But they will allow Black Lives Matter to put names of individuals on the back of their helmets. They wouldn't allow Tim Tebow to put a Bible verse in his eye black, but they will allow someone to advocate for political causes on their helmets. This is the NFL breaking precedent. They need to be actually honest and be 100% consistent, not content discriminate, not content discriminate based on political opinions. Maybe they even need to allow an Outkick decal. We might have some guys out there who want to rock an Outkick decal or a DBAP decal on their helmets. Just think about it.